One of the last things we are doing today on Phase 433, we are gonna paper tune before we take it out in the field. We've checked cam timing, we like where it's at. We've got everything center shotted, everything's right where it needs to be. We're right there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check the arrow flight right off the bow. So that's what this paper tune is gonna be able to tell us. We're gonna shoot it through a couple times. This is where we might have to adjust which way the cam's leaning. We can do that with the top hat system. We're gonna look at everything else besides the rest when we do this. You know, your grip's gonna come into play on this. That's a big part in paper tuning. We're gonna look at all those different things, but first and foremost, we just have to shoot through paper and see what the paper is gonna tell us. So what I'm hoping to get out of this and look for in this paper tune is essentially a perfect bullet hole. And that's just gonna tell us that the arrow shaft is coming off perfectly right off the bow. If it's not, it's gonna be, depending on what the arrow's doing, there's gonna be a weird tear to it. So we're gonna be able to see that. But right now, just looking to see if we get a perfect bullet hole. She's almost there. I mean, so close. So you can kind of, you can see our marks that our vane made, but you can see that that bullet hole that tells us where the shaft is, it's not quite, we want it to be dead center in that tear. Now, I'm gonna shoot it probably 2 more times because that could be a grip issue. It's not enough to tell me that it warrants me putting on different top hats, not necessarily warranting me to want to move the rest. But the fact that we've got good vertical movement and just a little bit off to the left tells me it might just be my grip. So we're gonna shoot it a couple more times and see if we can get the same consistent tear. If that's the case, we'll adjust. If not, we'll just have to see and cross that bridge. So shot all 3, and I tried not to vary anything that I was doing because I wanted to get 3 groups of 3 so that way I have a pattern. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna play with my grip a little bit and see if it changes it. If not, then more than likely our next step is gonna be to adjust the top hats on the top cam. If that doesn't work, then we'll have to look at the other cam and kind of go from there. So I'm gonna shoot probably 2 or 3 more times with a different grip and see if that adjusts it. All right, so we got the bow on the press. We've got our top hats taken out. These were the ones that were in the bow. We had the thicker top hat on the right side, and we had the thinner top hat on the left side. So we're going to basically flip-flop the 2 and see if we can chase the tear. Something to note, when you're going in and out of a press like this, and you're really trying to just get in the nitty-gritty of it, a lot of times you may think not to look at your cams and where your cables are lined up, but as soon as you get it out of the press, before you even draw back, definitely check everything. Check all your guides, rollers, everything to make sure that the string is where it's supposed to be, because the last thing you want to do is pull back and dry fire a bow. Oh, it worked. That's way closer. Oh my gosh. That is what we're looking for. I mean, it is dang near there. I mean, it's close. It's very close. So this is the last one we shot. So it's still a little left. We're gonna do 2 more shots just to verify before we do any more tuning or touching. Money. That's the one. That's the one right here. That guy right there. We're gonna go with that. Might shoot it a couple more times just to see, but feeling comfortable with that. We did put a little bit thicker top hat on the top. If we weren't gonna get much more movement, I was gonna have to do more stuff, but I feel comfortable with that. I like where it is. We are gonna get some more stretch out of these strings the more we shoot with it, so we might have to adjust, you know, later down the road. But right now, for where we're at, needing to get this bow sighted in, that is a great starting point. And then next, we're gonna go head out in the field and get this bow sighted in.